Well, the Haitian Presidential Council has already started to show signs of weakness. This Presidential Council was formed in earlier this year, around March, and over time, it has appointed the Prime Minister Gary Conil, and it has worked to have the first batch of the MSS forces in the country. Now, these signs of weakness started just the other week when there was news about 3 members of the Presidential Council being implicated in corruption charges. This week, the Presidential Council had to transfer a rotating presidency to another member of the Presidential Council, and that is Leslie Voltaire, who has now been appointed to be the president of Haiti under the Presidential Council. And Leslie Voltaire is representing the party of the former president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide. Now, the problem is the outgoing president, Edgar Leblanc Fils, has not assented to the presidency of Leslie Voltaire, with the reason that members who are implicated in corruption should not be allowed to nominate or to appoint this president, who is now Leslie Voltaire. Now, these differences that are showing up in the Presidential Council are just similar to the problems that has been facing Haiti for quite some time. The legitimacy of the president has always been in question, and the legitimacy of the president has caused all this chaos that is happening in Haiti. When the former president, the now former president of the Presidential Council, Edgar Leblanc, fails to assent the president, Leslie Voltaire, that has now been appointed by the Presidential Council, it points out to the differences, the deep division that is in the nation of Haiti, because a president will need the support of these people who are supposed to be supporting him in the systems, in working the systems of Haiti. If the president doesn't have this support of the full members of the Presidential Council, then the council ceases to exist and differences take hold of the systems in Haiti. Right now, what Haiti needs is a system that works. It is a system that has one person at the top who can be trusted to give direction for the entire nation. Now, the differences that are also seen here about corruption charges or corruption allegation and misappropriation allegations and lack of trust by fundamental people who are supposed to support this person. These are the same issues that you may find when you research more about the former elected president of Haiti, Jovenel Moïse. If you look at the story of Jovenel Moïse, you'll find that there were allegations, one, of corruption, because there is always this notion that there are higher powers in Haiti, which there can be, by the way, that there are higher powers in Haiti that are controlling critical resources in the country, that are meddling in corruption, because you have also allegation of corruption among very many politicians in the country. That is why there is a high divide between the politicians and the citizens. Also, Jovenel Moïse was also facing legitimacy questions, because there were people in the opposition that were saying that President Moïse has overstayed in power and needed to cede power to give someone else a chance to lead. In fact, they say that President Moïse was ruling by decree and needed to step down for elections to be held, because he was elected late and wanted to finish late. And the opposition say that even if you're elected late, you need to finish on time. So that was the issue that was facing Jovenel Moïse, and it is akin to what is facing the Presidential Transitional Council. You can see that there are allegations of corruption that have started to develop, and there are allegations of lack of legitimacy, because he doesn't have the assent of the former president, that is Edgar Leblanc Fils, and that now questions whether the current now Leslie Voltaire will have enough support to move on and make decisions for the Presidential Council and subsequently for the entire nation of Haiti. Now, this also plays out to the argument that gang leaders have been giving about the nation. When they hear issues like this, when they hear issues of alleged corruption that are not being sorted out, that the judiciary is not coming in to settle these issues and remove a member of the Presidential Council if they are indeed implicated in corruption. These are the issues that are playing to the tune of the gang leaders when they go to interviews, when they go to try to influence people. They say that the presidency or the office of the president, now represented by the council, is corrupt, and thus they don't need to serve you. So these are the critical issues that Haiti should involve when they want to fight gang violence. Because as we always say, gang violence will not only be solved through guns and bullets, it's an ideological thing that has to be solved through the mind, through what people believe in and the philosophy that people believe in. If the authority is using the opportunity to just benefit themselves and not serve the entire nation, then that will play with the tune of the gangs, and the war, we can win the fight, but the war will have been lost, because at the end of the day, they'll say these people who are in office do not represent us. And that is what feeds the gang mentality. That is what feeds these people to behave the way they are behaving. Well, as that is continuing, because right now we'll be saying that we have a new president in the Presidential Transitional Council, that is Leslie Voltaire. As that is progressing, we are still looking at the Prime Minister, Garrick O'Neil, who went to Saudi Arabia and had fruitful conversation, as he posts on X, regarding military support to the MSS forces as well as to the Haitian National Police. We saw him sampling different vehicles, that those are military vehicles, you can see them, that may be of assistance to the Haitian National Police as they continue to pacify. We know that many Haitians are signing up to the police academy to try as much as possible to increase the number of police officers in the country, as well as he will travel to Kenya to meet President Ruto. And by meeting President Ruto, he will be looking at the deployments that Kenya promised, the remaining 600 police officers that are supposed to be deployed to Haiti. And President Ruto said that they will go in 2 batches, in 300 and another 300, to fill up the number of 1,000 police officers that were pledged by Kenya, because all these countries that pledged police officers to send police officers to Haiti have to honor their pledges so that the MSS mission can work. The MSS mission will not work if only 400 police officers will be in Haiti. There is a need to have more police officers in Haiti so that the pacification of the entire region can be successful. Well, so that is what is happening currently regarding the development of Haiti's pacification. And just to quote what Edgar LeBlanc, the outgoing president of the Presidential Transitional Council, he said that I cannot participate in any process that will further weaken and devalue the country's justice system. So that is the reason as to why the former president of the Presidential Transitional Council, Edgar LeBlanc, feels has not assented to the new president, and that is architect Leslie Voltaire, to become the new president of the Presidential Transitional Council, because, as he says, because the 3 members of the PTC that were implicated in corruption charges were part of the process that voted to have the new president of the Presidential Transitional Council. And that is the reason as to why Edgar LeBlanc feels. Of course, Edgar also has his influence, and he's saying that he will not assent to it, though he's part or still a member of the PTC, but he says that he will not participate in any process that will further weaken and devalue the country's justice system. So that is what is happening. We will continue to analyze what is happening in Haiti, as well as what the Prime Minister is doing after the deadly killing of more than 70 people in Haiti by a gang. And the Prime Minister is on a call to international leaders to support Haiti at this time, because the violence of the gangs has been seen across the world. It has been played over and over again in international media and local media across different parts of the world regarding the state of the nation in Haiti. So the Prime Minister will be landing in Kenya. The Prime Minister will meet, of course, with his counterpart, that is the head of government here, that is President William Ruto, to speak about what will happen next for Haiti, because Kenya is a very important partner right now in Haiti as the lead force in the MSS mission. So they will have a discussion on when exactly the force will be deployed. More police officers will be deployed, that is 600 in total, so that they can boost the numbers of the police officers that are there and boost the security of Haiti as it is right now.